Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. Junior for a fan reaction after the Lazio Milan game. That ended 3-1 for Lazio at the Stadio Olimpico. Very disgusting performance yet again. Milan still can get their first win in the Serie A in 2015. I'm with Kush. Of course, he's going to share his reactions after today's match with us. So Kush, Milan after this win, after this loss, 8 points behind third place as it falls right now, and possibly even more after the end of tomorrow's matches. What do you make of Milan's performance today, from really the beginning till the end?
Just no difference. No difference from how they've performed throughout this entire year. It's the same. They score early, and then they just forget how to play the sport. They're pumped up and ready to go and score, and then they're like, how do I kick this ball? I don't know what to do, and they just completely fall off and they concede. Same stuff.
Could you blame a bit tactics? I mean, there's been a lot of discussion going on, talking about Inzaghi. His tactics are not right. Maybe he should be the one getting fired. We'll be speaking a bit about this later on. But do you blame tactics? I mean, it seems like every time we do get in the lead, we always sit back and defend the result. But lately, since I don't know how long I can remember, really we've always been conceding after that. We've been conceding many goals using that approach. So you think it's something to do with tactics, or maybe something just with the players in general? They just lost their mind. They don't know how to play anymore. What do you think?
Yeah, more than tactic. I mean, I'm sure tactics come into play too because that's what the coach, kind of decides what you guys probably should be playing like. But I think it's more mental. I think they score and they just somehow go in this shell where they're just so nervous to not want to concede. You can see they all start to move back as if they're defending a 1-0 lead in the 95th minute instead of knowing that they still have an entire game to play. You still have to play a regular game and push up and use the ability and use the creative players that you have in Menez and El Shaarawy and Bonaventura. But for some reason, they just kind of sit back, start to eat up the pressure, and that's never a good tactic for 86 minutes.
Yeah, well said. Now, speaking about Inzaghi tactics, we saw Galliani on his phone during the game. What do you think? Who do you think he was talking to? Maybe Berlusconi, speaking about Inzaghi. Could it be his last game at Milan? What do you think?
I don't know. He's probably telling Berlusconi, "I quit. I can't do this. You guys got to get a whole new team. This is getting crazy." And I don't know. It would be silly to speculate as to what he was doing, but I think they really do need a change. And I think, unfortunately, and it's not even Inzaghi's fault, but I think it has to be Inzaghi. I think he's got to go.
Really, the way I see it, you can like blame Inzaghi, of course, for some things, tactics, but choices such as the players that were sent to this team, that were chosen for this team, really, it has all been wrong from the get-go, really, from the upper management. And really, even bringing in Inzaghi in this match, and I mean, in the season, bringing in Inzaghi might not have been the best of choices. Still inexperienced. You're throwing him in at the almost at the maximum level you could really get there in the Serie A. So really, you could blame Inzaghi for a certain portion of this, but I don't know about the whole thing. There's definitely many faults at the upper management level, and we just see it. We just see it in the performances every week. So one final question for you, Kush. We saw that incident there with Maxess at the end, picking up that silly red card. It seems like Milan, once again, I mentioned this a few weeks ago, it seems like they've been really poor on discipline, picking up lots of reds, and really didn't influence that much in this game because the match was pretty much done at that point. But what do you think about our discipline? Do you think it should deserve some improvement? What do you think about the whole incident there with Maxess and Mauri?
I think what Mexes did to Mauri was what all the fans want to do to the team because they're just sick and tired and frustrated with what they're doing. And it's Mexes. It was too obvious that was going to happen. I was watching and I could see him walk towards him. I was like, that's going to be a red card. I can see what he's going to do. I thought he was going to headbutt him. He apparently grabbed him by his throat. And I mean, I don't really have a problem. At least, he's frustrated. At least he's showing that he's pissed off at his team's performance, and he's not just, kind of just moving along. But I wouldn't really fixate too much on that. The team has to be, in terms of discipline, they have to be a little bit more organized. Armero, I think he got red carded a few games ago. Once again today, right at the beginning, and I think inside 15 minutes, he picks up another yellow. The team just needs to. Uh, there needs to be an overall change of mentality the way the side is playing.
Well said, well said. Thank you, Kush, for sharing your fan reaction with us on Rossoneri TV. Guys, don't forget to follow him on Twitter at Serie A Channel. Of course, he keeps all the Serie A fans updated with the latest news, rumors, and much more. Thank you, Kush, once again for joining me, and thank you guys for watching. This has been Gio from Rossoneri TV signing off, and as usual, Forza Milan.
Thank you. Forza Milan.